Hello YouTube. So today's video is going to be of the mods that kind of are involved around the portals. Alright, so we're going to talk about all the mods having to do with portals. So first, of course, the portals. Second, heavy-duty ball joints. Third, heavy-duty steering tie rods. Beef up the axles. Fourth. Now, this is a mod that not necessarily goes along with having portals, but I kind of did, well, I did the front way before the portals, and that's the sway bar. I removed it, and I also put limit straps on the front. Now, just a word of caution, removing that piece of equipment isn't for everyone, and it definitely creates some stability issues going around corners. So take great caution if you choose to do it. Do it at your own risk. I'm not advising it for other people. Personally, I take it easy going around corners. I don't really feel the need to go fishtailing around corners like a teenager anymore. So I was okay with it, and the front did not really rob that much stability. Now, after the portals, I did remove the rear sway bar and also put limit straps on it. And that definitely creates a tippy feeling going around corners. But the rewards for me outweigh the having to be careful around corners. So again, remove sway bars at your own risk. It's not for everybody. I do a lot of slow technical driving. Mostly that's all I do. So I'm okay with it. But my advice to you, if you still like to go around corners real fast, and you might want to think twice about, for sure, the back one and maybe even the front one, taking them off. So the next mod would be tree kickers. I fabricated some tree kickers that also have steps integrated into them, because I found with these portals, it adds so much height to the machine that getting in and out of it on level ground is not so bad, but you get into a place where you have to get out and the ground's uneven and there's like a foot drop off. Now it's getting pretty hard to get back in the machine, let alone get out. So these steps, tree kicker slash, will help that. I made them strong enough to where they'll do the job for tree kickers also and support my weight getting in and out. And then the last mod would be fender flare extensions. There's several of them out there. I chose to go with the rock blocks. I like the way they look, fit and finish. Now we'll get on to the specifics of each mod. So I installed the Super ATV GDP 4-inch portals with 30% gear reduction. These portals add 4 inches of lift to the axle away from the machine, and also 4 inches of width on each side. And as you can see, they really add a lot of extra clearance. Adding the portals with that extra 4-inch width and the extra lift put a lot of force on these ball joints. So the stock ball joints are not gonna last long. They're gonna break quick, I'm sure. So you need to beat those up with some strong ones. And I went with the Super ATV 300M ball joints. That was the strongest thing Super ATV had. They're not cheap, but hopefully that won't become an issue. Another place that needs to be beefed up is the steering tie rods. And at the time I did these portals, Performance bushings were the only ones that made aftermarket tie rods for the General XP. These things are 1.25 inches billet aluminum, and they are extremely strong. Very happy with the way they fit, and don't think I'll have any issues. Another mod that I did that probably wasn't all that necessary, because when you do portals, it really takes a lot of the wear off of the drivetrain. It really puts all the wear right at where the portal's at to the tire, and that's all pretty hard mounted with gears. So it's not really a weak link. But I decided to go ahead and beef up the axles, and I went with the Rhino 2.0 from Super ATV. They're extremely heavy duty, and I think that'll eliminate any problems. I do plan on doing a lot of rock crawling with it, so you're going to get extreme angles, and that's where the extra strength's going to help. Another mod I did was remove the front sway bar. I did that long before I got the portals. It really adds a lot of articulation to the front end. Now, there might be safety issues, so it's not for everybody. You get a little tippy going around corners if you take them too fast, so it does affect your stability. So caution to anybody that likes to go hauling butt around corners. Might not be a mod for you, but I don't really do that. I do more of the technical trail driving, and in doing so, I definitely removed it, and it made a huge difference. I got way more articulation, but in doing so, you also need to do limit straps, because I found my shocks bottoming out on the bottom end, and they're not going to last long without limit straps. So I did the limit straps. The limit straps are 23 inches. The distance from bolt to bolt on the shock is 25, so they stretch about 2 inches, so they work really well. I also chose to remove my rear sway bar. Now that definitely made it a lot more tippy, but again, I take it real easy going around corners, so it's taken some getting used to, because it definitely leans real hard going around corners. But again, I added the rear limit straps, and in making this mod, it added articulation to the rear as well as the front, and it really gave me a lot more ability. So as you can see, the portals added a lot of clearance, and in doing so, when you get on uneven ground, it's a long ways to get in the machine. So I already had factory UTV rock sliders, but I decided to fab up some tree kickers that would also work as steps. So as you can see, put some expanded metal right there so it wouldn't be slippery. They're real solid, and they were a big difference as far as I'll be able to get in and out of the machine a lot better now if the ground's uneven. As of right now, sitting on a level ground, it's not that hard to get in. Well, I'm 6'2", so that helps, but it's not that difficult to get in and out. So it's not that difficult to get in and out, but as soon as you get on an uneven ground where you might get out, and I've done it, where I've gotten out and it's a big old drop off, it's difficult to get back in. So with these tires kicking out 4 extra inches, as you can see where the fender flare stops, more than half the tire's out. So you get any kind of mud or nasty stuff and it kicks it all over the machine. So I got these rock blocks fender flare extensions, and they added a little more protection. Well, that concludes this video on mods that go along with portals. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.